A volleyball rally begins. Brazil has served the ball and now prepares to defend against the USA attack. The Americans attack, the Brazilians defend, keep the ball in play, and transition into counterattack. The Americans move into defense. This is the cycle of volleyball that we will now begin to uncover. And in this episode, we will explain what it specifically means for training 14-year-old players.
A volleyball rally begins quite simply. One team serves, the other receives. Right here, in the reception formation, in this case with 4 receivers, the first challenge is solved and the offensive machine starts turning. Volleyball calls this a side-out, and it is one of the key moments of the game. The Americans received excellently here, allowing setter Christensen to run the offense with all 4 attackers available.
The Brazilians, on the other hand, prepare for defense immediately after their serve. At the front stands the blocking line, while behind them are the defenders ready to dig the ball if it gets through. And if they stop the attack successfully, they immediately transition into counterattack. Today, however, we will focus on the side-out.
Side-out situations arise in different forms, so let us look at how volleyball statisticians around the world record them. A hashtag represents an excellent reception. The setter does not have to move at all and can choose from all 4 attackers. A plus sign indicates a positive reception. The setter must take 1 or 2 steps to the ball but can still run combinations without major difficulty. An exclamation mark signals a more difficult situation. A quick middle attack would already be a bold choice, but attacks to the left or right side remain available. And finally, there is the minus. This is the moment when the setter has no choice but to use a high set and forget about elaborate combinations.
In such situations, the ball is often set using a forearm pass. It is also not uncommon for the setter to be unable to reach the ball at all, forcing another player to take over the role. These labels are not used only for statistics. They are also a useful compass for training methodology. But let us not get ahead of ourselves, one step at a time.
In today's episode, we focus on attacking from Zone 4, more specifically on the cooperation between the attacker and the setter. From simply catching the ball while learning where it should arrive and where the attacker should meet it, all the way to the game situations we have just described.
When attacking after your own reception, a rapid change of roles awaits the player. First receive, then immediately orient yourself and move to the net as an attacker. In short, it is a lightning-fast transformation of roles. And sometimes, remember those hashtags and exclamation marks when the setter is dealing with different situations. It hardly needs to be said that all of this is preceded by a solid foundation, teaching the attacker how to approach and the setter how to release the ball from the fingers. Then we must introduce an opponent into training. First a simulated one, later a real one. Gradually, more players enter the picture. A second receiver and 2 defenders on the opposite side, so that training slowly begins to resemble a real match. Then we add the middle attacker. Although he is a teammate, from the perspective of a set to Zone 4, he creates an additional challenge for the setter, making it slightly harder to deliver the set with the correct timing and trajectory. This must also be addressed in training.
It is important that the player takes off inside the court, or at least jumps into it in such a way that the contact point with the ball is in front of the antenna. Here, that is not the case, which significantly limits the player's attacking options. And then there is the key word: timing. With a faster set, there is not much room for discussion. The only solution is that, at the moment of the set, the player is already on the left foot and has only the final 2-step sequence remaining, or has already started the first of those two steps.
Meanwhile, a third attacker has quietly entered the play, allowing us to observe what phase of the approach each attacker is in at the exact moment of the set.
And now let us return once more to the attacking play with which we opened today's story. The main actors are the Americans, by the way, my pick to win the 2028 Olympic Games. And the comparison? Our 14-year-old boys would hold their own with honor.
And one more example. Let us watch the player in Zone 4. The timing is correct, the takeoff begins outside the court, but the player jumps inward, contacts the ball in the proper position, and lands inside the court. I offer this action as a contrast to the takeoff error we saw a moment ago. Here, everything fits together perfectly.
Well then, from simply catching the ball, we are back in the game, even if it is still a training environment. Our main topic, the attack from Zone 4 after a medium-high or shoot set, remains the same. We are simply placing it into the environment where it actually occurs. And of course, points are being played, otherwise it would not be real volleyball.
And now, into a real match. This is how our 15-year-old players perform. The same ones we were watching in training a moment ago. They still have a long way to go before reaching world-class volleyball, but they are heading in the right direction.
And on the court we can already see what we practiced in training. Attacking after both good and poor receptions, those hashtags, pluses and exclamation marks, situations after a teammate's pass as well as after one's own reception. Everything is gradually being transferred from controlled training conditions into volleyball reality. The boys boldly explore additional variations, and volleyball gradually becomes a natural part of them. At the end of this journey stands a clear goal, the masterful execution we see here from these outstanding players.